Hey, Suzanne here with Caregiver Haven. I started writing an article on quitting, but then I realized that caregivers can't quit. And worse, caregivers can't even speed up or slow down the aging process. You are in this for the long haul, and so am I. But this isn't new to you. You already know that the aging process is a long-term journey, and you took on this responsibility. So now what? So why do I bring this up? Because I think you'll agree that journeys do not turn out well without preparation. Just today, I was talking to somebody who's building their home, and he said, Suzanne, this is the last house that my wife and I are going to be in. And I said to him, then you're going to make sure that it's handicapped, right? And I said, you could do this quite well and very inexpensively at this time while you're building it. And he actually said to me, no, I'm going to stay healthy. Well, you and I both know as caregivers that no one ever intends not to stay in good health, but the aging process creeps up on us and there's nothing we can do about it. As much as we would love not to fall and break a hip and not to have a stroke or not to have aches and pains in our knees and our shoulders and not to have joint replacements, and not to have to wear a diaper, life will slow us down. As I explained this to him and even shared with him that when I built my last house, I actually handicapped it. The ramps went in, the wide doors, the lower switches, and yes, the bathrooms were all handicapped because I knew my mom was coming to live with me and I knew that someday she'd probably be in a wheelchair, which she ended up being in. And at that time I built a house, there was no problem. There was no walker. She even drove her own car. She was very independent. But as she aged, reality set in. I'll give you another example. A coworker shared with me that her mom said, oh, she's very independent and she'll never have to live with her daughter. And the coworker said, I'm sure that she'll never be a burden to me because she's so independent. And then she went on to explain that her mom was even working right now and managed to babysit the kids. Well, that's great. But let me ask you a question, I said to her. Does your mom have $4,000 to $6,000 a month that she's going to afford for either home care or independent living or assisted living or memory care someday? And the coworker shook her head and said her mom doesn't have that kind of money. She's not financially set up. And I said, then where will she live? The reason I'm telling you this is that caregiving is a long-term commitment. And I would be remiss if I just gave you the Ultimate Caregiver's Toolkit and said, here, fill out these 6 parts and you're done and you don't need anything else. You as a caregiver will always need more. It is why caregivers paid me $200 an hour to come in and fix major problems they had. It's why careers in care managers and patient advocates is growing out of proportion. I could charge my clients $200 an hour because I had the solutions. And for you, a mere $37 a month, you're going to get my expertise, and not only that, but the expertise of all the people I know who are in this business as well. Take Liz, for instance, who works with accommodations and how to modify your home so your parents or you can live in it. Or what about Denise, who knows about diabetes and can share with you what she's known for 14 years? And Christina, who's worked in home health care for over 30 years and knows the secrets. And then there's Debbie, who's been taking the keys away from your elder parents for over 21 years, and she shared secrets. All of this is in the Caregiver Haven community. It's the webinars, and I bring in the experts and the expertise to give you the information you need. And there's a place for you to ask questions and get answers that you need in your own private Facebook group, as well as emails that I send out every day with quick tips on things that you may be dealing with at this time. So while the Caregiver Haven Toolkit is the textbook, the Ultimate Caregiver's Guide, the real foundation is in the Caregiver Haven Blueprint. The 6 areas that you need to solve all the problems in. because you made this commitment. And the Caregiver Haven community, it's the ultimate guide, so you never have to pay $200 an hour for an advocate. Susan told me that she didn't think she'd ever need an advocate. And I said, that's perfect. So let me ask you a question. Do you think you'll ever have any medical bills in the future from your parents? Yes. Do you think that your mom and dad will decline in their health? Probably. Do you think that you'll ever need guidance as to what their finances are and how to handle them? Yes. Well, do you think that you'll ever need to place them in a proper, safe home that they deserve? Yes. Will you ever have to tell Dad to stop driving? Probably. She said he should do that now. Do you know the legal laws in your state between health surrogate, do not resuscitate, and a healthcare directive? No. Do you know how expensive guardianship is if you don't get it in place at the proper time? Do you think that you'll ever burn out? Do you think you'll ever be exhausted? Do you think you'll ever be lonely and miss your friends? And will your family ever pull you in one direction while your loved one is pulling you in another and you just feel like you can't handle it anymore? These and many other issues is what we deal with in Caregiver Haven Community. And that is why we call it continuous, online, and mentoring. It's a program for caregivers. I'm closing the program out on Monday, and I only like to work with a few people at a time and get them organized and up and running. And once I get them where they need to be and they figure out at what pace they want to go at, then I open it up again, but it won't be for weeks or even months. So if you want to get in now, you can do so for $1 for your first month. And then after that, it's only $37 a month for continuous guidance, not $200 an hour. And I'm going to help you build a solid foundation of all 6 areas of caregiving. And you'll have the option of purchasing an annual membership, which is only $29 a month it comes out to. Or if you feel like you have the answers right now and you're doing well and you just want to wait, go ahead and click on the Join the Wait list. And when I open it up again, I'll let you know. So click below to either sign up now for $1 for your first month, and of course you can cancel at any time, or for $29 a month for a year, or join the wait list. And thank you again for your time. Take care.